Hi, y'all. This is House Guest, and I am your host, Kenzie Elizabeth. Think a Gen Z wannabe Martha Stewart meets Dolly Parton trying to live in a Nancy Meyers movie in her 20s. We talk all about life, relationships, navigating your 20s, closing out the bars, or waking up at 5 a.m., depending on our vibe that week. Ultimately, living our best lives and figuring it out along the way. So come hang out. Sometimes I have guests on who do really cool things, some of my best friends, or it's just me and my house that I spend way too much time in. So let's get into the show. Hi, y'all. I'm here with my house guest today, soon to be Keaton Dawkins.
Yay! Wait, that's really cute.
I know, this is what I sent to Brandon this morning.
People haven't been referring to me as like Mrs. Dawkins. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm referring to you as Mrs. Dawkins.
No, I know. And I'm just like, it's really interesting to hear.
Yeah, I actually love it. For those of you who have been living under a rock, Keaton got engaged very recently.
Yes.
And I, as Brandon's number one fan, I have never, ever, I say this all the time, like there's no like friend's boyfriend, fiance now, friend's partner in general that I love more than Brandon. There's just no one better.
No, it's my favorite thing though, because Kenzie really is like his number one fan. Like I'm not kidding. Yep. And it's my favorite thing because I just feel like you guys, I don't know. Like I just like it. Yeah, well. You guys get along so well. It's perfect. Kenzie surprised me at my engagement party and I was like in shock pretty much that she knew that I was getting engaged for weeks and, you know, never said anything.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't pick up on anything because I felt so awkward every time you would text me about anything. And I'm so glad you didn't call me because I was like, what if she like, please don't.
No,
like,
yeah, that's like, I started looking back and I'm like, oh, we've been like texting for weeks. She's had her flight booked. She's just like, you know, she knew what was going on in my life.
Anytime you would text me, I would get anxious. Like I was really stressed for no reason, Keaton. Like it was not like I was just so stressed about it. And then you posted that TikTok about how you were feeling anxious. Yeah. And I called your mom and I was like, do you think that she secretly knows she's getting engaged and she's just nervous? Because that's normal. I know people who, it wasn't that it was the wrong partner or anything. It was like leading up to it. They were really anxious about it and made themselves sick. So I'm like, she knows.
Yeah, no, I obviously had absolutely no idea. Yeah. I mean, I was like reading a Kindle on the way to my engagement, sitting in the car in silence, like la-di-da-di-da. Yeah, so I really didn't know. And it was like the best when everyone was there and it was really cute.
No, your mom was like, no, Kenzie, I promise she does not know.
Yeah.
And then she was texting me like right before they were leaving to go like to the proposal. Yeah. And Keaton, it was like 10 minutes and Keaton hadn't even like gotten ready. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even curl my hair. I didn't even like really do much. Also, did my mom tell you when we had my birthday dinner the night before I got engaged, we were doing like little questionnaires. She was saying how she was asking me like, what's a goal you have this year? Like for yourself that seems impossible. And obviously, you know, I'm joking and Brandon sitting next to me and I was like, yeah, to get engaged. And I said that at the table and my mom and my sister and Brandon were just like,
that's so funny.
Knowing that he was proposing the next day. And I did not know. And I was like, come on, everyone, like laugh.
Like haha.
It's really funny. Like, I'm kidding. Like, come on.
It's also even funnier that you said that because Brandon would have married you like 5 years ago.
That's what makes it even funnier is like Brandon knows, like I am like not the type of like person to be like, when are you proposing? What are you doing? Like what's going, like I just, not that that really matters, but it's like, I just wasn't really like that. And so I just think it's funny that, you know, the night before I get engaged, I'm like, to get engaged, like, I'm just messing with him, but.
No, and like, I would have been like, she knows. She knows. It's just really impressive that he pulled it off as an actual surprise, given all the moving parts and everyone who flew in for it. It's actually like.
No, it's crazy.
He did such a good job.
I mean, my entire family, aunts, uncles, childhood best friends from like first grade, like the fact that like you and Becca and like all these people like flew in, I was just like, wow, this is a shock. This is a real shock.
But he was really smart. This is actually a little like life hack. If you know someone who's planning an engagement, he did it the day after her birthday. And everyone who was going that was in her like day to day or in LA that was coming to this surprise party, obviously, for if you wouldn't have done it around the birthday, he would have had to have been like, it's a surprise proposal. But he did it around her birthday and said it's a surprise birthday dinner. So no one, like it was already a surprise and then they realized, which is like kind of fun.
Which really helped, like, I think other people like not reach out to me or be like, what are you doing tonight randomly? You know, like stuff like that. Like I just feel like it worked out perfectly. Everything it did was perfect. Good. The whole engagement was perfect and I loved it.
Do you feel different like being engaged?
I don't feel different, but I think there's just like when you talk to someone for so long, like, oh, when we get married, when we get engaged, we'll do this. When we get engaged, we'll do that. Or when we, like you just have those things. And now that it's here, I'm like, oh, like it's here. Like that talk is like gone, like there's like a difference in that. Like, not that there was a difference in the level of commitment, but like you do feel like, oh, I'm like we're committed. Like we're making this decision currently right now. It's not like a future goal. Like, oh, maybe I'll do this. Like, we're doing it now. So I think that feels special, but it doesn't feel different like day to day.
Yeah.
Other than Brandon calling me like Keonce every chance that he gets. Like literally every chance he gets. He's like, oh, my Keonce. I'm like, okay.
He is going to have the craziest like dad jokes.
No, it's going to be out of control.
They're going to be like foul. Like it's going to be crazy.
No, I know. And I don't like laugh at him that often. I'm just like, what just came out of your mouth?
I don't even know how his brain works sometimes. I'm like, he should go into like naming things.
He's very quick.
He's very quick and he's good at nicknames like on the spot situationally.
100%.
He should work for, it's like a random job I always think about. People who work for like Essie and they name the nail polishes.
100%.
He would kill it if he did that.
No, he really would. The other day I'm like, do we need like a wedding hashtag? Like, I don't know if people do that. Like, what do we do? And he's like, oh yeah, the dock with the rock. And I'm like, first of all, not doing that, but also how did that just come out of your mouth? Like what's going on?
The dock with the rock is
The dock with the rock is crazy. I was like, ew.
Wait, I kind of like it.
I just like, that's like.
It's not for you.
It's not. No, it's funny.
And it's not for most.
The dock with the rock. Can you imagine? I'm like posting our engagement photos, like hashtag the dock with the rock. Like, please, like that's embarrassing.
Are you going to do a wedding hashtag? Is that still a thing?
Probably not. I can't really think of anything. So if there was something that was like super, super like worked perfectly and it was so cute, I would, but I'm not going to like force that. Like my sister had one, her last name is Figueroa and her hashtag was get figgy with it. And I thought that was so funny. Like it wasn't really like, I don't know. I just thought that was fun, but I'm not going to force it. And I'm definitely not doing Doc with the Rock. Like it's like not happening at all.
I don't think that he came up with that on the spot. I think he's had that in the back of his mind for like 5 years.
It's in his notes app if I type it in.
Actually, no.
It's literally there.
It would be like your second date after Cane's.
Yeah.
And that's actually probably where it came from.
No, I agree. He's been thinking about this for a minute.
For a really long time.
For a really long time.
You made his dreams come true by finally getting engaged.
I really did. Like our conversation was so funny. Like I was saying this in my engagement vlog that I uploaded, but like when we moved into our new house, he was like, so like, I want to propose this year. Like, basically, like, will you marry me? Like, will you, like, can I propose to you? And will you say yes? And I was like, yes, duh. So.
Brandon's the best, and I'm, like, so happy for you guys, and it's just incredible. It's crazy, too, because, like, I remember, I was talking to your mom about this. I remember so vividly, like, the first year when I saw your stories the other day when you were, like, the first year that, because they were, like, talking the first year. They weren't officially together. It was really specific circumstances, whatever. But I just remember like the early days, and it's just so crazy if you would have told us,
I know, because I was always talking to Kenzie like, oh, he's doing this, or I don't know. It was just like all of that beginning dating period of time. Like I was with you a lot, I feel like, and I was like always giving you the tea, telling you what was going on. Like, oh, I like this guy. I'm going to fly to Hawaii and visit him, stuff like that. So it's funny to look back on.
The Hawaii days are crazy. That doesn't feel like it was.
Yeah.
You know what really doesn't feel real? Portland.
Yeah, Portland doesn't feel real. I posted that I was in Portland and someone said, when were you in Portland? I'm like, exactly. I was there for 6 months. Let's forget it. Like, let's block that out.
It was really only, I thought it was a year.
It was only 6 months. Felt like
so
6
long.
years.
It felt so long, Keaton.
Yeah, it did.
That was dark.
No, that was really dark.
It's just not the place for you.
No, and I feel bad because people always say like,
Portland's beautiful.
Portland's beautiful. Yeah. Probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Like nature, like I was like in shock every day. Like I'd be driving around like, this is insane. But people message me and they're like, oh my God, like I have to move to Portland. I'm so scared because you hated your life. And I'm like, wait, no, you guys, like don't be scared. I did live there in 2021. So it was like very like, it was like post-pandemic. It was a little bit like much, It
was the timing in the place and like you didn't have people there.
And I had no friends. And I also was not looking at it like it would be my home. Like I was like, I will get out of here. Like I will escape this place.
Leave. Yeah.
So I was not trying to like make roots. Like I was like, no.
You were playing the long game by like giving into something Like,
yeah, 100%. I was like, okay, if I move to Portland for a little bit, like, he'll be like, okay, we can move.
Yeah. Like, I just got to, like, really, like, play my cards right here.
Yeah, which I did.
Yeah.
Which I
And
did.
clearly, look at you.
I know. Doc with the rock. Period.
Okay, so future Keaton Dawkins is here on the show today, actually for a very special reason. She's been on the show many times before, previously. Keaton and I have been friends for 9 years now.
We just discovered that.
Yeah, Keaton kept saying 7, and I was like, no, we actually were 19, and we're 27 now. So
love that.
I think that comes from us just thinking that we're younger than we are. But anyways, she's been on the show a ton. We've been friends forever, and we did a book club card collaboration with a friend of mine.
It's literally so cute, you guys. This is like my favorite thing that I've ever collabed on.
Hold on, you know what, Keaton? I agree, and I would say it's the best you've collabed on. I would have to say the same.
Okay, well, these are perfection, and they're so cute, and I'm obsessed with them. I don't know, I just can't stop staring at them, and I've been sending videos to every single person while I'm here, like,
I'm so
look
glad.
at our cards.
So basically, my home-brand friend of mine, we do conversation cards. We have our dinner cards, we have our nightcap cards. We did the collab with The Bit for Macy's cards. And then I was already going to do book club cards, and we were talking about that. And I had it in the back of my mind for a long time. But then I was staying at Keaton's in LA, and I was like, wait, actually, I think this would be a better idea if we did it like as a collaboration. Yeah. She's a book girly. So I was like, this book actually, blogger. Yes. I was like, this actually like makes a lot of sense and is like perfect. Yeah. And that was kind of the beginning, and now we're here.
And they're literally so good. And they're all of the things that I love, like everything on here. Fantasy, romance, thriller.
Can you explain the art direction?
Oh,
give a little background, if you will.
They're just so cute. Like, I love them. Well, when Kenzie was telling me about the book club cards, I was like, that's genius, because I had just had book club, and I was like, I could not come up with questions to save my life. And so I was like, you know what? Like, we should do the book club cards and then make them for like different genres and stuff like that people like would have to pull. So it's like romance, thriller, and fantasy are like the 3 genres that we chose. So if you're reading a romance book for book club, you take the romance cards out and read them, and the questions are curated to that specific genre of book. So like the fantasy ones are like so cute because they're like, what special ability would you want to have for this book? You know, like they're curated. But anyway, yeah, the art direction on these are so cute. I was telling Kenzie, like, I would love to do aspects of things that like represent the 3 genres. So there's like these 2 little swans that are for romance, because I thought swans were like romantic. They're cute and they make a little heart. And then there's like a little fairy on here for fantasy, because I love fairies and I love ACOTAR. And then there's the little house, which is, I just wanted like a creepy house for thriller. Like I didn't want to do anything too spooky, but the house I think looks so cute, and the colors are so cute. And I love them.
Perfect. So yeah, there's 3 sections. Each section has questions that are specifically catered to that theme. As, you know, a host myself, and I'm like hosting. Okay, this is the part of hosting book club that sucks, is coming up with questions. You hit the jackpot if they have the questions in the book or online, they're already, but it's so rare that they do. And I hated that, and I was like, look, this is what we need to do. And it's amazing, incredible, we're really excited. We know we have so many like book girlies who follow us, and I just think it's literally the perfect collaboration, so I'm really excited about it.
And we put fun ones in there. Like we put like fan cast this book, you know, like stuff like that.
There's one that's like
starts conversation.
There's one, is it what celebrity would you...
Yeah, what celebrity would you like cast as like the...
No, like what celebrity would you recommend this book, or would you not recommend this book?
What celebrity would you recommend this book to?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in there that are actually like really fun and cool. And like as people who understand it's really hard to have good book club questions, like we fixed all of your issues.
Yeah, I really think we did. Like having an F, Marry, Kill in there is really crucial, I think, to book club.
I think that's like the most important part of book club.
Yeah.
And I did just want to say that these are coming out in late October, so there will not be a restock before the holidays. So if you want them as like a Christmas gift, I would get them now, because they will sell out. And just so you know, there won't be a restock in the holiday season.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like that's it. They speak for themselves. They're so cute.
They're literally perfect. Everyone needs them.
They're aesthetically pleasing, which is the best part.
They look so cute next to my other conversation cards. I have them in my kitchen. They're all like stacked up in the corner. If you guys watch my vlogs, you would know.
No, they're perfect.
They're like literally perfect.
I love them.
Something that's like really near and dear to Keaton and I's hearts would be a rot day. I would say the foundation of our friendship would be that we just love to rot.
Yeah,
Like,
it's my favorite thing to do with Kenzie. Well, it's my favorite thing to do, like, in general.
Yeah.
Like, I am a rotter,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to rot. But especially together, if we're visiting each other, because we have a long-distance friendship, okay?
Yes.
And when we visit each other, it's like we're not hitting the restaurants. We're not going out on the town. We're
God, no.
Postmating every meal.
Yeah.
And we're rotting.
And if we do anything productive, we bake a pie randomly. Like sometimes
we randomly bake.
It's actually so weird because neither of us like baking. It's a really random thing.
But every time I'm here,
I know
there's baking involved.
What is that?
I know.
No, I think it's because a lot of it's around the holiday season. When we were in college, Keaton went to college in Arizona and I went to college in LA, and she would come visit probably once a month. Like we, for like 3 years, probably saw each other at least once a month. Consistently. And I would never want to leave the house. I would never want to do that, period. But especially when you're here, like, someone asked me, like, oh, Keaton's coming, like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Yeah, and I was like kind of annoyed that they were trying to like have us make plans. I'm like, we would never do that.
Yeah, no, that's just not us. And also, like, it's just like the comforting aspect of that. Like, I just feel like we're just like comfortable. Like, we don't need to like go and do anything.
Yeah.
It also speaks to why we have no photos together, because we really just like to rot a lot.
Mm-hmm. We have spent so much time together, and
9 years. 9 years.
So much time together. And like also we've spent so many trips together where neither of us have like posted anything either. So I don't feel like people realize that either.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
No, I agree. But we're going to change that.
Well, we're actually, thank God you guys know we can talk about this, because in the vlog, I've actually lied to the vlog and I said Keaton's just visiting this week and she's just coming to one of my friend of mine shoots. But like finally today, we will have photos together.
That's what I'm so excited about.
We've got a lot of photos in the next couple of years because like you're getting married, so that'll be like a lot of events.
We'll have a lot of content.
Yeah, that'll be good. So that'll be good for us.
No, I'm loving that.
I love that for us.
People will know we're friends.
We should go into like how to have the perfect rot day, because that's something like we really need to be talking about on this podcast specifically, because I do talk about like thinking big, achieving your goals, doing all these things, whatever, but like you can't, I firmly believe you can't do that without a rot day.
No, this is like the perfect episode for me. Like, you have all of these episodes that are like, how to be successful, where to do in your 20s, and then you're like, Keaton, please come on, we've got to talk about the rot. Like, you are the best rotter I know. And I'm like, no, this is built for me. This episode's literally built for me. Anyway,
you can't have the success without the rot, and I stand by that. Okay,
you can't. In my opinion, you should have more rot. But anyway,
I agree. But here's something I will say about a rot day, and like why it's important. When going into a rot day, you have to fill a rot day with things that you like. A rot
100%.
day isn't necessarily like, I think a rot day is a rot day wasted when you wake up and you have no plans and you have no structure for the day, and you end up just like scrolling on your phone all day and not like watching things or reading things. Like, you have to have a little bit of structure to the rot day to make the rot day a success.
Yeah, because then by like 6 p.m. you're like, wait, like what just happened? Like, I just blacked out. Like,
no,
what
I
just
wasted
happened?
my entire rot day. I could have been like watching Gilmore Girls or something.
Yes, my first.
I've never really watched Gilmore Girls. Have you?
Yeah. Okay, I haven't finished it. I've watched like up until like season 4.
Okay,
and I never finished.
Got it.
But like I know the lore, kind of. So.
Well, you don't know Logan, do you? Like, who
No,
Logan
okay,
is?
so I never got to Logan, but
Okay,
I do know like I don't know.
And like, I just want to believe you'd be a Jess girl.
I think I am a Jess
Yeah,
girl.
I'm
Unfortunately,
I'm definitely a Jess girl. Okay.
Are you?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Keaton, be fucking for real. Think
Yeah.
about...
Well, I haven't met Logan, so that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Logan is like a pretentious prick. He is better for her on paper, and he does follow through, sure. And Jess has problems and whatever. But exactly, Jess has problems.
What's the
So
line?
that's how you know I love Jess.
But what's the line? He's like, you what? In Yale. What does he say?
Rory, oh, you gave up Yale or whatever. You
It's
dropped
like
out of Yale, yeah,
something
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah, Rory is the enemy in that. Anyways, I'm just like a Jess girl through and through. So
Okay, good.
little
We're both
side
Jess.
now.
My start to my rot day, I don't know if everyone does this on their rot day because maybe it doesn't like fit their rot, but I always shower. Like but people don't do that. Like, this is not like a rot and like we're rotting in filth. Like, you have to get up and you have to shower and like do an everything shower. Like, I love that. Like a hair mask, a face mask, everything. Like, that's my start to my perfect rot day. is like almost an everything shower.
That's actually a really good one. There's nothing better. That reminds me, like, when you get home, like, I love to get home from a trip on, like, a Monday afternoon, and I come home, and I have, like, a raw, like, evening, but you do the everything shower. You, like, unpack. This is becoming, like, a productive. But, like, I don't mean it like that. It's just it's such a good feeling.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm going to lay in my bed all day, I don't know. Like, I don't want to feel gross. Like, if I don't know, I just like to get up, kind of start my day, and I'll just, like, take a quick shower, wash my hair, do a little hair mask, maybe I'll put a face mask on. That's my start. And then you need to get your hobbies. And you know, like, pick what hobbies you're doing.
Absolutely. And I like when I'm having a rot day with friends, I like to watch things. For example, Keaton and I will be having a Halloween-themed rot day tomorrow.
Yep.
We're very excited about this. What movie should we be watching for Halloween?
Oh, I've been thinking about this. So we could do like a Halloween Town, which would be
I'm so glad you
cute.
said that. That was what I was thinking.
We love Halloween Town. I love Halloween Town. I went there in my weird Portland phase.
Yeah, I was so jealous.
It's okay. Like, don't be. like, let's just watch the movie.
Yeah, okay. It's good enough.
I love Halloween Town, and there's another one that I haven't seen. What's the one I was thinking about that is Disney? Twitches. I haven't seen Twitches,
so
or like
long.
like we should watch like an old one
Like
too.
Hocus Pocus.
Yes, like ones that we just like haven't watched in a while. Because like
Yeah.
I've seen Halloween Town, I've seen Hocus Pocus, but
We
like
don't
I
need
don't
to watch Hocus Pocus. I see that every year. Twitches, we have
like
to
I haven't
see.
probably seen that since it aired.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in 10 years.
I'd be down to like watch something like that.
That's good.
That'd
I like
be
that a
fun.
lot. Then we like to order food in. However, we will be making chili tomorrow, but making chili is like basically ordering things in.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not that much work.
no, and it's like another thing. Like, men took over grilling because it's easy. Men also took over making chili because it's easy. And listen, work smarter, not harder. I'm not mad. Like, it was smart of them, but making chili is actually a very simple thing to do. So we're not making any gourmet meal.
And it's a comfort meal. It's like
Yes.
that's what you want on rot day. Like you want something that's like comforting. Like that's why I was like chili is like perfect. Like
Chili is absolutely perfect.
And
I
it's
will
fall.
be baking sourdough.
no, you're gonna be baking.
Will the loaf be good? That's to be determined, and that is for God to decide. I don't
I'm
know.
excited to see the loaf.
I don't have control over this universe, okay? So, like, we're gonna see where this goes. I'll be baking my first one, so we'll be eating chili for sure.
Eating chili, watching Twitches. Yeah, that's my vibe.
I like to be in a good matching pajama set. I feel really passionate about a good matching pajama set.
Same. Use
It does something for me.
Skims all
Oh
the
my
time.
God.
I'm always wearing a little Skim set.
Do you like Aberjay?
I've never had anything.
Oh my God. Aberjay is like the only pajamas that I feel like I might like better than Skims pajamas.
Really?
Yeah. And they're like $20 more a set. They're a little bit more expensive. But the Skims ribbed cotton pajamas are unbelievable. I have like 6 different colors.
The boyfriend collection.
So
That is my
good.
favorite. That is like my go-to
So soft.
pajama, the softest fabric ever. Like I'm obsessed with it. That is like my perfect rod.
That's a more like comparable one to Aberjay. The Aberjay ones like just get softer with time. Cozy Earth's really good too.
Yep.
I just thought about another pair that I really liked that I'm blanking on. But I have so many matching pajamas. But here's the thing, like a rot day, you want to feel clean and a little bit put together. So it's like a cute, cozy day.
That's why I include the shower. Like you do
Yes.
like a nice everything shower and then you get in your little matching PJs and you're like, I could just lay in bed. You know?
Absolutely.
Do nothing.
Exactly. I want to be doing literally nothing. But and for me specifically, I actually, guys, I'm a grandma. I love my needlepoint. Needlepoint is a perfect thing to do while you're watching something and it gets you off your phone. Like on a rot day, I don't want to be communicating with the outside world. What they're
100%.
doing is quite honestly none of my business. Like
I agree.
I don't need to know anything about what's going on out there. I need to know what's happening right here in this little circle.
So
you know?
you're a needle pointer. I'm a colorer.
Yes.
I love to color. Like that is like my favorite thing to do on rot day because I'm the same as you. Like no phone, don't contact me. I'm not alive. Like I'm rotting.
I have some coloring books.
Do you? Oh my God, I'll totally color tomorrow. I literally have a little table tray, put it in my bed, I sit in my bed. No, like I am a professional rotter.
Yeah.
And I put my little table tray there and I get my coloring books out. And it's actually so funny because sometimes like on my rot days, Brandon's normally golfing and then he'll come home and, he'll see me like a
you're still
toddler.
there.
Yeah. Still there coloring with my colors in my coloring book. And I'm like, hello. I am still watching New Girl. How are you?
Your tray, I have like one of those like middle school chairs. You probably saw it in my bed.
Okay.
Like one of those like middle school pillow chairs.
Yes.
But it's so amazing for back support for needlepoint.
I almost ordered it
it's
for reading.
It's great for reading too.
Yeah.
Because the way my bed is set up, I don't know, like I can't like lay down all the way anymore. Like I need something to like give me more support. Maybe it's the old age, I don't know. But I really love that chair and it's amazing for rotting.
I almost ordered it because I was like, I feel like I need this. But
You
like
do.
Brandon literally, wait, you guys, this is embarrassing. This is an embarrassing rot. I just remembered this. I like was laying in bed for so long, for like weeks, reading on my Kindle. Brandon bought me the Kindle stand, like the one that hooks on to your side table and it like pulls and then you like put your Kindle in it. So you don't even touch the Kindle. You're just like laying like a vegetable and you're just in bed. And he also bought me a clicker. So not only do I not move while the Kindle's in front of my eyes, I just click with the remote.
Do you use it?
No. But like it was really sweet of him to do. But like I just like I can't bring myself to do it because I'm like, Keaton, like you can tap the screen. Like, like it's okay. Like no, you've got it. I would definitely buy the pillow stands,
Yeah. I get tagged in those TikToks all the time and like I would fully do it. I just don't think it would work out with my nightstand. That's the only reason
not as comfortable for me. Like I would just rather just hold it. It's fine. It's a lot of work, but like it's the ultimate rot. Like if you're really like, you know what? This is what has to happen.
The ultimate rot feeling is when like not even DoorDash like gets your food close enough to you because you still have to get out of bed to go get it. Like that is a lot when you're really in like a solo rot and you're like, I'm not leaving this bed for 8 hours. And you like, that is really like, that's how you know it's bad.
No, like something small will like inconvenience you and you're like, this is disturbing the peace.
My peace that's what I'm always looking for is peace, by the way, especially on a rot day. Like I'm looking for peace and it is being disturbed.
Wait, do you eat in bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
So do I. But some people are like weird about that. And I'm like, no, I'm going to eat in bed.
I will eat in bed any day of the week. I've never been weird. I'm like, I don't put like my shoes on my bed.
Yeah.
Obviously. I'm not a monster. But like I'm eating in bed. Because
Yeah,
I prioritize my own happiness and well-being.
Yeah.
You know what the best food is for a rot day?
I was just about to say, what do you order?
Zap Thai food. If you guys are in Dallas, the drunken noodles, and then I get like one other thing, but really it's the drunken noodles that you need. It's so good. And it's also like, I love a rot after a trip. So like I'll do like a half day rot, like whenever I come home. And I'll come home, I do my everything, shower, I like get in bed, I'll read, I'll like catch up on work or like whatever I need to do. And I was ordering, keep in mind, in my earlier 20s, I was traveling at least every week. So like I would come home and I was eating this all. I'm like, I can't eat this much. Like now I feel like actual shit. But I started eating it again recently because I'm like not doing it as much. And it's just like the perfect, like we potentially should order that tomorrow too.
That's similar to what I do. We'll order it all.
Actually we should order for dinner tonight. We'll start our rot tonight.
I'm down.
I would like an evening rot that goes into the next day. I like that a lot.
I'm down to try that because that actually sounds really good. My rot meal is like Chinese food. So like Brandon and I will do fried rice. We'll do like pot sticker. Like it's a full, like I'm fully eating Chinese food in bed.
It's just incredible.
And I love it. I'll do that or sugarfish. Sushi's like my go-to. A lot of it though. Like it has to be a ton of sushi.
Before I was introduced to the world of Zap, it was Chinese food for me. But now, like if it's not Thai food, it's Chinese food. And it's not like about
that's
different.
comforting.
It's so comforting.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate comfort food. I make this like insane chicken and dumplings. Like it is so good.
Oh,
and
that sounds
I
so
haven't
yummy.
really had that on a rot day, and I need to do that. Like this chicken and it's the best thing I make. I mean, it will probably like give someone a heart attack someday. I
need the recipe.
It's my recipe journal. It's like so good.
Yeah, I attempted it and it didn't work out for me. So
oh, you did?
I did attempt to make chicken and dumplings, and Brandon was like, it's okay. Like actually, don't worry about it. Like actually, we'll go to my dad's, and I was like, okay. Well, I just spent a really long time, cutting up these biscuits. So
did you make the dough yourself, or did you? If you make the dough yourself, you just drop it into it at the end. It's easy.
Okay, I bought the little crescent roll things, I just cut them up.
Okay, so I don't know how to do it that way. I only know how to make it. I think it's probably easier, weirdly, making your own dough.
Okay,
with the way that it seems a lot harder than it is.
Well, obviously, I couldn't get it right.
Maybe I make that tomorrow instead of chili. We'll see how we're feeling. I'm kind of
I'm
craving
down.
chili.
I think the chili is more the vibe.
Me too. I've been thinking about chili for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we got to have the chili.
I've got to have the chili.
Yeah, I'm down.
So with a rot day, we need to be everything shower. You need to be in your matching pajama set. You need to have. Listen, I'm not saying you need to have a theme, but I do think a theme is helpful when it comes to like our Halloween movies. Maybe you want like a rom-com. Maybe you want true crime. I'm so obsessed with SVU right now, so I've been watching like all Law and Order. I could do that time and time again. I do think it's nice to have a little theme when it comes to your entertainment. I do.
Yeah, you have to curate it in some way. I'm typically a true crime girl. That's what I'm always going to, which just like, I don't know what that says about me personally.
You've always been that way.
Yeah, I watch it from like sun up till sundown. Like I watch it on YouTube. I listen to it as a pod. Like that's just what I'm doing. So I always choose that for a rot day. But like if you did like a 2000s, like old 2000 rom-com day, like that would be so fun. Like watching old movies like that would be so cute.
I'm a big documentary girl too. So a documentary like rot day is great. And a lot of my documentaries I watch are true crime.
Yeah.
So that's also a good like pick. And then you have to have your comfort meal, whatever that might be for you. Mine is Zap, hers is Chinese food. Chili is great for this time of year, I will say. And you have to just give yourself the activities to do, because a rot day isn't a true rot day if you just sit there with no plan and you're on your phone all day. Then you're like more depleted. After you have this day of rest, if you will. Some call it rest, I call it rot day.
I call it recovery. Okay. You know what?
Yes.
This is my recovery.
Yes. From this, have you seen the world we're living in?
Yeah.
We all need this.
This is my recovery. I don't care what anyone says. Also, another thing that I love to do, aside from coloring, adding in the hobbies, is Pinterest. I don't know how I forgot that, but I will sit on Pinterest for so long because I try to not be on my phone. But like Pinterest on my laptop is just like so, I don't know, it's just so nice for me. There's no comments, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
Pinterest coloring.
Pinterest is good, but I use Pinterest for like work stuff for a friend of mine all the time.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be
it's not good for me because I'll just start mood boarding future shoots.
Yeah.
So I really have to like cut myself off of technology completely and needle point away.
Yeah.
And then I have all my new like things that I'm so excited, like new projects to work on. And it's really just, it's amazing.
No, it's the best. It's my kind of day.
It is everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So that's how to have like the perfect rot day. And we hope you guys like partake with us because it is a really fabulous day to be had. And honestly, like I will be doing a lot of them this fall and winter.
And this is a really important note I would like to say is don't let anyone interrupt your rot.
No.
Like don't let someone text you, we're going here, we're going to do, it doesn't matter. Like don't feel guilty for the rot. Recover.
Commit to the rot.
Commit to the rot. Don't let someone interrupt your plans. You lay there, do what you want to do. Don't let anyone convince you, oh no, but we're going to, no, you're satisfied with the rot. And don't let someone tell you that you're not.
And the people that you allow to rot with you, really those are your nearest and dearest friends. Not just anyone can be a part of the rot day. And they'll throw off the energy of the rot day too. Like, you know, I have certain friends that I love, that I really love, that will be in my wedding one day. I would never do a rot day with them because they have to be like entertained or going and doing something.
Yeah, you can't have an antsy rotter.
No, and you can't just like they can't just rot in peace. And I'm sad for them. I am. Okay,
Yeah.
but like Keaton and I, like we respect the rot. We know the rot. We live the rot. Like you have to be intentional because who you rot with, if you choose to rot with someone, can ruin. It can make or break your day.
Yeah, and we can sit in silence and like it is perfectly fine. Like we're good, we're rotting, we're content. I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have the need to like run around and go do a bunch of stuff. Like I'm good.
No, and I like feel so bad for those who haven't experienced a true rot day because they are too antsy as human beings and they need to learn how to relax and chill.
Yeah. No, they do.
They do.
They're missing out on a lot.
They are missing out on a lot. I do want to talk a little bit about books.
Okay.
While we're here, just with this book club episode.
Why not?
Just some recent reads. Keaton's obviously been on the book series that we've done. So if you guys want like actual like real, we have like a book. It's basically like a book master list. That episode, like I will link it below if you guys are watching on YouTube. But it's also obviously available on YouTube, as is the whole podcast, which is what you need to be watching because the video looks incredible.
It's stunning here. It's
actually
gorgeous.
Is everything. And I can't believe I don't think I even pointed that out at the beginning.
Wait, really? It looks amazing.
I just like want to make sure everyone's watching this podcast on YouTube because like as of right now, like 1/100th of like the people do. And like I need everyone to like move to the YouTube channel because it's like really everything. Anyways, that episode has a lot of book recs, but I just want to talk about like what you've been reading recently because you have a series that you've been loving, you've been really active.
Yeah, because I'm a fantasy girly. So I've been reading fantasy. I mean, I have a lot. I feel like in the fall, I like add to my TBR a lot. So I don't know if you're like that, but like I will just have so many more books that I want to read. So I've been trying to like jam pack them because I'm like 2 behind on my reading goal this year. So I'm like really scrambling. It's 75 books. So last year I did 65. So I was like, I'll just go up a little. And I'm like, oh, the fact that I'm struggling? Like, no, I'm not okay.
Well, I can tell you probably why you're struggling right now.
Why?
I don't know if you saw the size of the book that you just bought, Keaton.
No, that's my problem.
It is bigger than a textbook. It is.
No, it's massive.
I've never seen something like that. When you told me you traveled to Texas with it, I said, did it get its own suitcase?
Yeah, and I said, no, it did send me overweight when I packed it into my bag. They were like, ma'am, you actually can't check this bag because your book is taking up the whole. Yeah, it is like 800 pages, which is pretty big.
And 800 pages doesn't do this book justice. It looks like it's 1,200 pages.
It looks like a brick. I mean, it literally feels like a brick. It's crazy.
I've never seen anything like it.
So that is why I'm behind on my reading goal because the books I am choosing are not in like the like typical like I would read like 350s like my average like one-off book, but I've been choosing like some 500, some 600, and it's really dragging me down.
Well, you are mostly a fantasy reader, and fantasy books are just way longer.
Yeah, there's just a lot of information. So that's what I'm reading right now. I'm reading fantasy. I'm trying to think of what I just finished. I've been reading some romance books. I've been reading Elsie Silver. I read the whole Chestnut Spring series, which I loved. And she has a new book that just came out, which I also packed here. It's called Wild Love. And it's like same kind of vibe. It's like country.
Is that? Yeah, no, I need to get, I've recently, by the time this episode goes up, I'll be out of my book rut, but like current day as I'm recording this, I'm in I've just been having such a bad book rut this year.
Do you think it was a specific book though? Or do you think it's just like where you're at? Like you just have too much going on?
I think I just can't focus. Yeah. Like, and I can't like get into a book, but I mean, I was reading like the past 4 years, the least amount of books I read a year was like 82.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you read a lot.
Reading so much because I don't watch shows like at all. And then I started watching, when I started needlepointing, I started watching shows because I need something in the background. Then I got into it. So it's like a whole thing. Anyways, I've had a really bad time. I mean, I've read probably like 30 this year. Like I've still have been reading, but I've just been down in the dump. So I'm going to really lock into the Chestnut Springs series because that is my dream. It's literally like country. So
yeah, but I will say like you're just a very busy person. Like I am too, but I also like you've got a lot of things that you're doing, which just kind of takes away from that. Like it's like designated time reading is hard to find if you just are doing a lot of stuff, which is why sometimes I'll switch to an audiobook or something
but I am a nighttime reader really only.
Okay.
There was never a time even when I was reading 100 books a year that I was reading during the day.
That's so crazy.
It's always nighttime but think about it. Like the average person this sounds so picky, but I'm like, I don't watch shows, I read. It's because I have a really hard time focusing. Yeah. So like I can focus on a book, but I can't focus on a show. So like think about every night if someone watches like 2 or 3 hours of a show, I was just reading for 2 or 3 hours. So it's really not that crazy because I fully didn't watch shows at all. Like there was nothing that I was watching. And if I have anything on, it's during the day and it's like a show I've seen a billion times. Like it's so rare that I'll watch a new show. But it's really just been like I haven't been able to like focus and stuff. I don't know. But I read Renee Carlino, her new book.
I want to read that.
God, why am I forgetting the name of it? It'll be on our Instagram, but I got like an advanced reader's copy, and Renee Carlino was on this podcast like years ago. Like
oh, really?
Ago. Yeah, but she wrote like Before We Were Strangers, which is like the romance book that got me into romance books. Keaton loved that book. Like everyone loves this book. And so I've read a lot of her other ones. And then this one came out. And this one is a really depressing one. It follows a couple that is getting divorced, but it does flashbacks between like current day, them splitting up, and then when they met.
Wait, that's gonna like take me out.
No, I just got chills. Like, why did I just get chills? No, I cried at the end of it. Like it's an ending like you don't expect it, and it's not the ending that you would guess. Like it's such a good book.
I need to read it.
Oh my God. I love a book that makes you cry. Like I love, Rebecca Yarros has a new romance book coming out.
Yes, and I need to add it. But like that's what I'm saying. I have so many things on my list, but I need to read that one.
See, I also have a lot of stuff in fall because here's the thing. I love thrillers. Thrillers are perfect to read in the fall time, but I'll read those year round.
Yes.
But I like really so badly want to be a fantasy girl. Like so bad. So like, what do you think I could read and try? Maybe I was thinking about your other series that you like more than ACOTAR. Would I like that one?
Throne of Glass?
Yeah.
Potentially, yes. It's like, I just don't know necessarily what you like or don't like from ACOTAR. Like, because I was so obsessed. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, like you would like this, but you read Fourth Wing and you enjoyed Fourth Wing.
I loved Fourth Wing, Keaton. I was begging on my hands and knees. I was literally like, I will do anything for an ARC version of the next book. Spoiler alert, I hated the next one. But I literally like, I was sitting there. I literally couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, that's what I want. And like, why?
But the only way I get like that about books is like really fantasy. Like I do get like that with other books, but like fantasy is when it's like whenever the book is down, I am like, wait, like what are they doing? Like I need to get back to it immediately.
Yeah.
So I think you would like Throne of Glass. It's a bit of a commitment because it's like 7 books. I could be wrong on that. I don't know, but it is a little bit of a commitment. But I feel like you would enjoy it. It's my favorite of her series. It's my favorite fantasy series I've ever read. I just love it so much. Like the female main character is my favorite female main character ever. So that's why I like it so much. I'm trying to think. You might enjoy the one I'm reading now, but it's like a lot.
Well, yeah, it's actually like 7 textbooks. So.
Yeah, so maybe not the one I'm reading now. I just read a thriller. I read You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. She wrote The Perfect Marriage. Yeah. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was honestly pretty good. Like if you want a thriller, I just read that one and I like read it literally on a full flight. Like I just read it on the plane. It was done. I was like, oh.
I think that's going to be the book that gets me out of my book rut.
I feel like it could. Thrillers always do because you're just like, if it's a good thriller,
you're so invested.
You're so in it.
That's the hard part too about reading is that reading is very intuitive. Like you have to read for the mood that you are in. Like if you read a fantasy book that you would have loved if you read it in the right, like you have to be in the right headspace to read a book.
Yeah.
Like you have to be in the right mood. Like you're not going to read like a beach romance book in December. You know what I mean? Like you have to like be in the right headspace in the right zone. Like specifically for me with fantasy, like I have to be like cozy by a fire when it's cold out, you know? Yeah. So like I just feel like I haven't figured out like what mood I'm in. Like this is like such a stupid analogy, but this is what it feels like. Like I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want to eat. Like that's how I feel right now in this book rut.
Yeah. There's another series. I actually haven't read it, but people really, really love it. Whenever I finished like all of Sarah J. Maas's books, they told me to read The Serpent and Wings of Night. Okay. And apparently it's like really, really, really good. It, I think, is complete. It could not be. I don't know. But that one people said is like very comparable to ACOTAR. And I think it's smaller. So like if you wanted to start with a little fantasy in the fall season, that would be good. There's books that like I didn't read that everyone read, like all of the like Part of Your World or like all of those books. They're by like Abby.
No, those are some of my favorite.
Yeah, I haven't read any of them, but I think they're summer. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like them because people made it seem like they were summer books.
No, like her most recent one was like on a lake, and that's why they're not all that way.
Okay.
But Abby Jimenez is like one of my favorite authors ever. Like I've rated almost every book of hers 5 stars.
Yeah, and the one that I did was like
4.5.
Yeah.
So just like try at a different time.
Well,
it is more, I would, yeah.
Well, I was going to pick up the 3rd one, and then like I'm so glad I didn't because Destiny picked up the 3rd one and read it and was like, oh my God, there was 2 books before this.
But here's the thing. I'm like getting confused with her series because like I read the Friend Zone series forever ago, and it's the dumbest name ever. It really is. And it really does such a disservice to the books because the books actually talk about pretty heavy topics.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel heavy when you read them, but it talks about like, there's like trigger warning miscarriage and things like that in the books that are like really, I love the way she like writes about them, and they're really good books, but they look so corny, and the Friend Zone series is stupid, but they're like one-off books. Like they're like, they pull from another character and it's a book about them. And then
you could read it and be fine.
Yeah, like it does is fine. Like she can
read
it
she
otherwise.
was. I mean, she read the whole book and then was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like what just happened? So
no, but like, I mean, she could read the other 2 and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So it's like totally fine. I do love her.
No, I know. I want to start reading her, but because it's fall, I've like fully entered my like thriller fantasy vibe. So
I need to feel spooky. Like I need to feel cozy.
yeah.
I need to be dressed like I'm Cameron Diaz in The Holiday. Like that's what I need. You know?
Have you read Little Secrets? It's by Jennifer.
Oh yeah, that was my first. That is my favorite thriller. Like was my favorite thriller of all time.
I packed it because I was
wow, you haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it yet, and I'm like super excited to. That's on my TBR, and I'm excited about reading it.
Little Secrets, to me, the way I feel about that book is like the same way that I do about Before We Were Strangers and romance and thriller. Like those are the two books. And Jennifer Hillier, I've read like I think every single book of hers, and I love them.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because I've heard such good things, and I've had it sitting on my shelf for so
Yeah,
long
it's
and
so
waiting
good.
for like the perfect time, and I feel like
I read it in 2020 though, so it's like I don't know what I would say if I read it now.
Yeah.
But I loved that book. But Jennifer Hillier, she writes all of her books in like the Pacific Northwest. So trigger warning.
oh God,
Portland.
help me. She's like, we're in Portland, Oregon today. I'm like,
Literally. That one's in Seattle though. Well, Keaton, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was an amazing day to talk about rotting, talk about books, talk about mainly rotting, and also our new collaboration, the book club cards.
I'm so excited. No, I really am. I think that people are gonna love them.
I do too.
Like love.
They're like so fun and so perfect. And get yours now because they will not we will not be restocking for the holidays.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have time, basically.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed. Do you have anything else you want to say, Mrs. Future Keaton Dawkins?
Oh my gosh. And now I'm gonna get like Doc with the Rock comments and be like,
Talk with the Rock.
I can't.
I title this episode that.
I'm like die.
But it'll be like, Kenz, that was such a good name.
No, I can't. No, nothing else except for I have my book Instagram and my book TikTok now. I didn't have that last time I was on the pod, I don't think.
This is new.
But it's new. And my username is Kiki's Book Rats. And that's my username on both TikTok and Instagram. So I'm over there.
And also another thing for Rot Day, it's consuming comfort content is great. And like that stuff is like comfort content to the nines.
Yeah,
so
thank you. Yeah, so that's all.
I hope you guys all rot. I hope you guys love the engagement talk. I hope you get your book club cards and you rot and you read all of our book recs. And
perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Fabulous day. All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Off to rot. Bye.